Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence, with Just Ask Talk Show. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is Detroit Area Agency on Aging. Hurry back and join us. Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence, with Just Ask. Today's show, ladies and gentlemen, Detroit Area Agency on Aging, and we have the president and CEO himself, Ronald Taylor. Good afternoon, Mr. Taylor.
Good afternoon, Marsha.
Glad to have you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I have been trying to get you for a long time, and I am so honored that you finally accepted my invitation.
Marsha, this is my second time out here. Don't act like that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the first. Okay, now you're the spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert. Okay. Well, you know what? Okay, so it's been a while then. How about that?
It has been a while.
Okay.
It has been a while.
So I'm so glad to have you back.
Okay, well, thanks again.
Now, for those who are not familiar, with yourself, would you give us some insight about yourself and your role as the president and CEO of the Detroit Area Agency on Aging?
Would love to. Again, my name is Ron Taylor, and I've been with the Detroit Area Agency on Aging for 7.5 years now. Came to Detroit from Atlanta, Georgia, where I worked with the Administration for Community Living, and then prior to that, I spent some time in the state of Florida, where I worked in the State Department of Elder Affairs. But this is what I want folks to know, is that I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio, and I cut my teeth at the Area Agency on Aging to Toledo. So I've been in the aging industry for 3+ decades, and been having a joy every moment of the time. And so I am very honored and pleased to be here in Detroit with my wife and daughter.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you're originally from Toledo, and you worked in the system or the programs there in Toledo.
I did. So I worked there in what I would say is probably one of the, next to the Detroit Area Agency on Aging, the Area Office on Aging of Northwestern Ohio is probably one of the most innovative and one of the most creative organizations that you could be affiliated with. And so I do believe that my time and experience there led for other career opportunities to open their door for me.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And so welcome. And if you've been with us here for 7.5 years, you're doing the right thing. Okay.
I love it here. Okay. I love it here.
Great.
I'm back home.
Great. Thank you. Okay. Now, what is something, that makes Detroit Area Agency on Aging so unique? I know that, first of all, let me back up. How many area agency are there?
There are, in the country, nationwide, there's over 600 area agencies on aging.
Okay.
In the state of Michigan, there's 16. And so in Wayne County, there's actually 2 area agencies on aging. So you have the Detroit Area Agency on Aging, and then you have the Senior Alliance. DAAA, as we are affectionately known, we serve the communities of Hamtramck, Highland Park, Harper Woods, the 5 Grosse Pointes, and also what we call as the seat is the city of Detroit.
Okay, wow, that's a lot. That is a lot, okay. Now, do all the agencies ever just get together, to connect, to talk about resources or services that you all feel as a need to the public?
Yeah, we do get together on a regular basis through our state association, the Association of Area Agencies on Aging. So we generally come together as far as through a Zoom call once a month, and sometimes we try to get together in in-person meetings. But we do make certain that we are coordinated and that we can discuss the issues and also see what we need to advocate about.
Okay. Any hot ticket subjects that we need to know about as of today?
Yeah, I would say, and I think everybody, it was not a surprise to anyone, but it would be the issue as far as what has happened through the what we call HB1 or the One Big Beautiful Bill. And so it's the Medicare cuts. Or not Medicare cuts, but Medicaid cuts. And so that is a huge issue in which we are really concerned about it, and also the impact as far as what the SNAP reductions have done. So those are some of the issues in which we are, on our radar and what we're advocating about.
Okay. Now, is that affecting the communities as we speak? Is that affecting all the people involved right now?
It will affect individuals, especially January 1 of 2027. And the reason I say that is because that's when the work requirement or the work eligibility requirements will come into play. And so we anticipate that that's going to have some significant impacts as far as, and potentially it will reduce the number of individuals that are receiving services. The SNAP reductions had immediate impact in regards to the cuts, and fortunately we were able to see some funding returned so that individuals wouldn't have to go without the food and be food insecure.
Now, with the SNAP program, if there's a severe cut in that, do you think the food pantries, the programs with the food pantries and the urban gardens, will they be able to pick up, the pace and help people along the way? Do you look at that as a support mechanism?
It is a support mechanism, but I don't think that they could fill that gap entirely. And so they would be a great resource, but there would still be some gaps that would have to be filled, and it will really take what I'll say is a community lift, and to make that, to fill that gap as far as community impact. And so I know that the philanthropic community will be called upon, along with the business communities, along with government and others. But I think the food pantries will play a vital role as related to the SNAP, but I don't think that they could fill that gap by themselves.
Right. It's a lot going on right now, and believe it or not, with our seniors, we're trying to make sure that they're safe, they're comfortable, secure with their medical coverage and everything. And now we have this shakeup here, and so what are people to do? And a lot of times, what I'm going to convert back to is that I remember the days when you had your parents in the house with you,
That's
and
right.
you just everybody was just blended. Now we have all these facilities and everything that people are going to start trying to figure out what I'm going to do. We don't have enough money to take care of mom in the facility. In my opinion, bring them home, do what you have to do in the right way, but that's not going to always be the case.
And first and foremost, I'll say I think there's a role for facilities, but I would say that if any of us had our choice, we would want to reside in the community, and we would want to reside in our home. We would want to reside around our loved ones. So I think that there's been a number of things that's happened, and I grew up in the area in which we saw my grandmother, what we call Big Mama, and she would sit in her bedroom, and we would go get her water, and somebody would go get her snuff, and somebody else would go get her, go get whatever she needed.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. And so, but that was to me, that was a great example of what caregiving was, and we were providing care and didn't even realize it as far as that. Now the official term is caregiving, but I think it is our job, and I will say that it is our mission to ensure, to try to work to ensure that individuals can age in the community with dignity and with grace. And we look at the role of caregivers as being one of those crucial roles that helps fill that gap, and actually being the backbone of the healthcare system.
True. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a break and come back with some more good information about Detroit Area Agency on Aging. We'll be right back.
Even more than I wanted a gold medal, I wanted a heart of gold, like the mentors who were my balance beams, refusing to let me down, and the coaches who spoke out to anything out of bounds, heroes who never stood on podiums, but stood up for me. Every shot I made, give the assist to those who since my youth were referees, ready to blow the whistle and end abuse.
And welcome back to the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but every time I say it's a good conversation going on, I want you to get your pen and paper out because you got questions. So in the event that you have questions for the president himself, Ronald Taylor of Detroit Area Agency on Aging, you can give us a call, 1-800-323-5336, or email me at marsha@justdancetalkshow, and we'll shoot it over there to him. Now, keep in mind, if there's someone you want us to interview, give me a call and let me know who that is, and we will do a segment on them as well. Now, I wanted to get that out because a lot of people always get excited when they see the guests, but they say, how can we contact them?
Okay.
So definitely we want to make it easier for them to reach out to us, to get to you, or by all means, you can give us your phone number.
Yeah, we encourage them to contact us. And our number, you can reach us at 313-446-4444. And I'll say it one more time. It's 313-446-4444. And you can also reach us via our website, DetroitSeniorSolutions.org.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. We'll have that up there as well.
Okay.
Now, can you give me some insight, about your community health workers? What do they entail? What's going on with that?
Yeah, our community health workers are just a valuable resource and a valuable part of our team. And essentially what the community health workers do is they allow us to meet people where actually where they are at. And so they help us in regards to addressing some of the social determinants of health in regards to, so if someone may be food insecure, the community health worker can help that individual as far as completing the paperwork to become eligible for programs, but then also can help that individual as far as going to the grocery store to pick up their food for them. And so the community health workers really allow us to meet individuals and to address their needs at the most basic level.
Okay, great, great. Now, are a lot of people aware of that?
Well, I think it's becoming, they're becoming more known as related to what the work and the value in which they contribute to the organization, but also to the community. So, but I still believe that they don't get the recognition and the publicity that they should.
So today is the lucky day.
Today is their lucky day.
Okay. Well, what about the Caregivers Act? So people who are now concerned about, I can't hold the job down because I got to take care of my aging parents. Is that part of the Caregiving Act, or is that something totally different?
No, the role of a caregiver, I would say, is huge. And what I would say, Marcia, is that caregivers are essentially the backbone of our healthcare system.
Most definitely.
And when you take a look at it as far as the preponderance or the majority of individuals that are caregivers are women, and they're also sacrificing their career so that they can provide that care in the community or to allow that individual to reside in the community. And I also say that caregiving is probably the greatest testament as far as love that an individual could provide one to another. So caregivers, nationally, it's been estimated that caregivers provide more to the economy than our healthcare system as far as $600 billion in services and resources. So at DAAA, we work very hard to provide supports and resources for caregivers and to make certain that we can meet the caregivers where they're at so that they, again, our mission and our goal is to allow individuals to age with a quality of life and with dignity within the community. And a vital part of that is the caregiver.
As I'm aging, I'm going to remember all this, okay?
All right.
I'm going to play this
I think
back
you
again.
know it already.
Okay, I really do. But it sounds good coming from you. It sounds excellent coming from you.
Okay.
I know we have some photos that we want to, bring up so people can actually see some of the wonderful things that you guys are doing over there. But like you said, the caregiver doesn't know he or she. Part of it is that's my mom, that's my dad. But there's also a part of society that says, well, you need to be compensated because you can't go out and hold a 9 to 5 and oversee the parent at the same time. But let's not leave out the men now. Somebody is there. We're going to be I'm a man.
Yeah, and then I think that's the amazing part. And we have caregiver support groups, and we do have a men caregiver support group. And it's estimated that probably about 40% or so of caregivers are men, and so it's a growing number as far as when you see the gender balance, but still the greater majority as far as females that are actually providing filling the role of caregiver. Okay. So, but we just, I'll just say it's a full-on press when you come to provide and care for a loved one. And the other aspect that I don't want to leave out is those individuals, and I think they are heroes and sheroes also, is those grandparents that are raising grandchildren or caring for their kinfolks per se. So it's something that's related to community and just looking out of being your neighbor's keeper and loving one another. So we need to do more to support our caregivers. And what I don't want to forget is those caregivers that are paid. So those direct care workers, they are just as vital and just as important to our ecosystem as anyone else.
They're learning.
Yep.
So I see this first photo we have up here. My Choice Waiver, Age My Way, Bridge the Division. So what is that all about? Yeah,
that is a day in which we spend in Lansing, Michigan in May, which also coincides with Older Americans Month. And so we have Older Michiganians Day. And so this is just one of our constituents that is making certain she must be a My Choice Waiver participant. and she's speaking about the value and the role of the My Choice Waiver Program.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. It's good to see that. So I missed this fashion show.
Oh,
Tell me
yes.
about this fashion show.
Oh, this fashion show, it's an event in which we have sponsored and hosted for, I want to say, the past 3 years. And last year, this fashion show was held at the Michigan train station. And these are our partners from the Association from Chinese Americans. And it's an event that we host to really combat ageism.
Wow.
And to show the community that we can still have fun and we can have a good time, and even when we cross that threshold of a particular age.
The ladies are beautiful.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
Yes, they
beautiful,
are. And you should
graceful.
have saw the dance that they actually did.
I'm going to see it this next time. Okay.
We're going to hold you to that.
Okay. Okay. Now, so I know you guys participate in a lot of health fairs. So is this one of the health fairs?
This is an outreach event, and by the looks of it, it looks like it's being held at the Eastern Market. And so we try to get out as much as we can to share information and resources about DAAA and the services that we support and provide.
Well, you guys always come out and support us at our annual health fair in October. So I was trying to see, was that us? But
Well, we look forward to being there again this October.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So we see some traditional meals here, and this is Mediterranean. So
Yes.
what do we have here?
This is, I want to say, a special event, maybe a Holiday Meals on Wheels event, in which we are providing halal meals over in the Hamtramck community.
Okay.
And so it's an event in which we call a Month of Cheer, in which we try to go to various sites and provide culturally appropriate meals.
Great.
Yep.
Great. Right. All right. So when you get a chance to indulge in foods from other cultures, you know, and invite everybody to indulge in food with other cultures, that makes a feel-good moment.
It really does. It
Okay.
really does. And one of the things in which we recognize is that nutrition is kind of the backbone, it's the hub of a lot of aging.
Food.
It brings us all together. And so if we can get you a good meal, we can get you other resources also.
True that.
Yes.
True that. Is there any particular resource that you feel that the community should know about?
I think there's so many hidden gems and so many hidden resources in which are offered, but I would say we have some partners that are in the community as far as some of our community wellness centers. And so we have the St. Patrick's Senior Center. We have NSO Senior Activities. We have the Asian Association of Chinese American Center. We have the HAM that we work with. And so all of our partners are essentially very, what I'll say, opportunities for individuals to go and have some fun and engage in some social interaction and just to
learn about resources.
Learn about resources and participate in what I'll say some health promotion and evidence-based classes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take another break, and ladies and gentlemen, get your pen and paper out. We'll be right back.
I try to keep up with what these young people is doing and knowing.
I was at work and I just got a text from a number that I didn't know.
I sent him a text. He texts me back and say, "Who dis?" And I just thought that was the funniest thing.
The next few weeks, she just made fun of me, like would answer the door and say, "Who dis?"
Who dis?
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect.
And welcome back to the last half of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know me. I always want to tell you that, you know, as a caregiver, and I've been a caregiver several times, and it never stops. So if you're a person who is experiencing caregiving, you want to reach out to Detroit Area Agency on Aging, or wherever city you're in or county you're in, you want to reach out because you need some assistance in all these things that you're going to encounter. A lot of you feel like you can do it yourself. Trust me, you can't do it yourself. You feel as though you can, but you can't. So even when the person that you're caring for says, "I only want you to care for me," believe me, you still need to have a village to help you get through that. You can't do this by yourself, and I'm very sincere about this, and that was one of the reasons we wanted the president himself, Ron Taylor, to tell you more about Detroit Area Agency on Aging, and you can always reach out to him and give him a call to ask some questions. So I wanted to say that to people because, you know, I've been there, and, you know, that wheel never stops. You know, it could be a parent, it could be a child, a cousin or aunt, uncle. It's still caregiving.
And that's the truth, and you know, and as you probably aware of, Marsha, and all of us are impacted by caregiving. And the former First Lady, Rosalind Carter, said that each and every one of us will be a caregiver at some particular point in time. Either you are will be, have been, or will need a caregiver. So it's something in which is universal and is going to impact each and every one of us. So again, I can't stress enough in regards to the role of a caregiver and the lives of individuals and allowing them to remain in the community and their role in the healthcare system, and just the value, what I consider just to be the greatest testament of love for someone to provide care one to another.
Yes, yes. But I wanted to ask you a question about what is the Dying Before Their Time study all about?
Oh, that is a groundbreaking study that was initially commissioned in, I want to say, 2000 by my predecessor, Paul Bridgewater. And Paul had the great idea to try to understand what was happening to the population in the city of Detroit. And it was felt like there was some out-migration as related to individuals who just leaving the city of Detroit, as far as related to the automotive industry and the decline of jobs and the like. But as they commissioned the study and started to do their evaluation, what was discovered was that within the older adult population, there was a real phenomena occurring. And in fact, that individuals were dying before their time. So individuals, and the causations for that was multifold in regards to you have individuals that are dealing with multiple chronic illnesses, and then also there's a lack of healthcare professionals and individuals residing in medically underserved areas. So an example of that is just within our own planning and service area, an individual could be residing in Midtown, and their life expectancy would be 13 years shorter than someone that would be residing in the Grosse Pointes. And it's all due because of those social determinants of health that we kind of touched on a little earlier, as far as lack of access to a physician, living in food deserts, some environmental concerns, and it could be a number of issues. And so the dying before their time, as far as the results of that, and some of the responses in which we developed became our North Star in regards to that. Our agency will continuously work to address some of the health inequalities and some of the health disparities or social injustices that our older adults face.
I'm afraid to get old right now. Okay, that's the truth. My mother always used to say, babies and old folks, they be catching it. So I do want to address a couple of these photos here, Detroit Area Agency on Aging. Do you guys do food drives or something, or what is this?
This looks like this might be a random tag as far as some of our social media posts, in which it looks like we were at a food pantry and individuals decided to take a picture and
or just have lunch. How about that?
Have lunch.
Okay, three lovely ladies having lunch. That's what it looks like. Okay, well the tagline looks very familiar. Okay. And what do we have?
This is a picture of our team at work at Senior Friendship Day that is held at the Aretha Amphitheater. And so our team is passing out box lunches.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. So when you guys host the event, you always have a lunch?
Yeah, we do generally try to provide lunch and some type of meal and also some entertainment.
Okay. Where there's food, there's people.
Yep.
Okay. Some of these people look familiar in this picture. Is that you over there?
That is myself, along with my friends from Lisette Senior Center and also community stalwart and Pat Rencher. And this is at the Strides for Seniors event.
Oh, wow. Yep. I have to attend.
Oh, it's a wonderful event.
I know.
Yeah.
I hear a lot about it. I'm like, how did I miss that one again? Okay.
Yep.
So will you keep me posted on the
I will keep you posted.
Okay.
I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I like to see, senior engagement, things that people like to do. And, you like you said, you're more younger mentally than you are physically, but it'll catch up with you if you take care of yourself.
It will. And what they say, our health is our wealth, and you either use it or you lose it. So we got to stay active.
Right. Now, I have this lovely book in my hand. I know you said this is something brand new, the Senior Solution Resource Guide, 2026 now.
Yes.
And it's showing two wonderful things, your new logo here.
That's correct.
Okay, so we got to show that new logo on our screen. But you have a new logo. So tell us about this book.
Yeah, the Senior Solution Resource Guide for 2026 is our first edition, as far as a publication, to essentially bring a one-stop shop as far as all the resources that a caregiver or an older adult may need within the Metro Detroit area. So we canvassed the community and did an inventory of businesses and companies, health systems that may provide services to older adults, or that may be a resource to seniors, and put it into one document. And what I really like about that document, it has information that's related to like living wills.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, I mean, it has, if there's an emergency and you need to make calls, or it just has a number of wonderful real life documents
Okay,
inside
so
of
I'm
it.
like a viewer at home. Is this free?
That's free.
See that, ladies and gentlemen? I knew it was something free in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so they need to call you guys to get one of these, or
You can call us and receive one, but we also have them. They're being distributed throughout the community, so we're hopeful that they will be posted in like grocery stores, hospitals, and other community organizations.
But give out that phone number in case somebody want to call.
313-446-4444.
All right.
It has a nice little jingle to it.
Okay, it sure does. Okay. All right, and this brochure here tells it all, as usual.
Yes, that is what we call our kicker card, and it provides some, what I'll say, some basic information about the Detroit Area Agency on Aging. And the first page lists our the services, or some of the services in which we fund and support and or provide. And on the back page actually provides a listing of what we call our community wellness, community wellness centers. And so it's a very informative card. And then I think there's some information that's related to like some tips or ideas for individuals to stay healthy.
Okay, this is wonderful. So they can get this also.
They can get that also.
Okay, I got mine. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, well, you know what? Before we wrap up, I want to engage our viewers with a video of some things that you guys have done over there or are doing. So definitely want to go into that video. And before I go, so you're going to come back and see me again?
I'm definitely going to come back. You going to invite me again?
Okay, well, you got an open invitation.
Okay, well,
look, 2 down.
Okay, yeah. Well, don't be surprised.
Okay.
A family get.
Okay, right. She didn't call me. Okay, but no, I am so honored to have you here. Okay, and thank you so much. And so our viewers are very honored to see you as well and learn about some wonderful things and resources that you guys are doing. So we're going to go over to this video and enlighten our viewers. And ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the video.
Today, we are excited to unveil our new logo. As we celebrate our 45th year of service, we recognize that the concept of aging, along with the needs of our community and our constituents, has evolved over time. Understanding this, and understanding that we are all aging, our new logo represents the fact that the Detroit Area Agency on Aging can serve as a pathway to assist individuals and caregivers in living a vibrant and robust life while navigating life's journey. Now, the new logo, some folks will say it reflects a pathway, in which it does. But the logo also reflects the Detroit River, which symbolizes life, life's journey, and then also the vibrancy and the strength of the Detroit community. So trust us as we serve you and as we continue to provide an additional 45 years of service, and in a modern and in a contemporary way, as reflected in our logo, we are all connected. Please note that the core of what we do and the core about what you trust in us remains the same and only grows stronger. The pathways to aging, the Detroit Area Agency on Aging.